I awoke in total darkness, with no knowledge of how I'd got there. I tried to move, but I was tied up. It felt good. I mean bad. All I knew for sure was that I was still the same cab deck private investigator that I'd always been. Suddenly, a light appeared from above. "God," I said, "is that you?" Water splashed in my face. "Poseidon," I said, "is that you?" Water splashed in my face. "Calypso," I said, "is that you?" Water splashed in my face. No matter which deity I called upon, water continued to splash in my face. Clearly I was dead and in hell, or worse, alive and in Wyoming. "Let me go," I finally shouted. "I've got a case to solve." "Do you?" said a voice, and it was a voice I would know anywhere. I looked up. There, above me, stood Missy Calendar in all her glorious glory. She was built like a sexy potato, but with a heart and soul, because she was a human being and not a sexy potato. I considered my words carefully because I didn't want to get splashed in the face again. "Please splash me in the face again," I said. "What the frick?" "Missy," I said, "why are you doing this? Why did you hire me to find your dead husband when you're the one who killed him?" "You don't understand," she said. "I didn't kill my husband. He's alive." "How?" I said. My mind raced with questions. Was Poe Calendar truly alive? Was Poe's sister Polly the true villain of the story? Did I actually like being tied up like this? Suddenly, my memories came flooding back to me. Polly, she was in danger. "Did you hit me with a car?" I asked Missy. "No," said Missy. "It was you who hit my car with your body." "In that case, I apologize," I said. The man in the mask suddenly appeared at Missy's side. "Is it done?" Missy asked. The man in the mask nodded. "What have you done?" I cried. "Let me out of here." "No," said Missy, but the man in the mask pushed her aside and cut me loose. "Run," he whispered, and so I ran. And he followed me, and Missy followed him, and I followed Missy to see where she'd go, and we got all mixed up. In the end, we escaped. "That does it," I said to the man in the mask. "I'm tired of your lies. Reveal yourself." The man in the mask took off his mask and suddenly became the man not in the mask. "Poe," I said. "Poe Calendar? Is it really you?" Poe grinned gorgeously at me. His face was like a sexy pair of legs. His body was like a fine row of teeth. His tuchus was like a firm set of shoulders. Though I'd never seen him before, he wasn't like a sister to me. "I've just solved the case of your murder," I told him. "The explanation is simple. Your sister Polly wanted your money, and so she faked your death. But Missy didn't believe you were really dead, and so she hired me to find you. But Polly didn't want me to find you, so she hired me to prove that Missy killed you. But you've been working for Missy the whole time, operating under the codename Fishhook in order to keep your identity secret. And you beat me up all those times because you didn't want me to discover it was you behind the mask because it would have blown your cover and put you in danger. Does that sound right to you?" "Yes," he said, "except for one thing." He grabbed my arm, and I worried he'd catch me blushing. "It's Missy, you see. She doesn't want me alive anymore. She learned that if Polly died, the money that Polly inherited from me would end up going to her, and so Missy told the man in the mask, which she didn't realize was actually me, to go and kill Polly, my own sister, while she took care of you by running you over with a car." "That's a terrible way to take care of somebody. You're far more likely to hurt them." "I did go to Polly's house," Poe continued, "but I couldn't kill her. That would be illegal. Instead, I told her to meet us here. I've given Missy our location too. I need you to finish this. You're an investigator. You can kill with impunity. So what do you say? Will you do this job for me?" I grinned. "Don't be silly," I said. "I charge an awful lot of money, Mr. Calendar. You can't afford me." "What do you want?" he said. "Carrots? Clams? $750,000? A back rub? Anything you want. Name your price." What was that you said about back rubs? I'm a sucker for back rubs. They make me faint. After some intense negotiating, Poe Callender agreed to pay me $750,000 in back rubs. Polly and Missy arrived on the scene halfway through. "Well, well, well," said Polly, "if it isn't Poe, alive after all." "Well, well, well," said Poe, "if it isn't Missy, alive after all." "Well, well, well," said Missy, "if it isn't Polly, alive after all." "Well, well, well," said Polly. "Wait, what?" "Yeah," said Missy, "I'm actually confused by that too." "Ladies," I said, "it pains me to do it, but I have to use my special privilege as an investigator to kill you both and get away with it due to your suspected crimes of attempted murder." "Shouldn't we get a trial?" said Polly. "No," I said. "That would require me being physically able to de-escalate this situation, which I am instead actively escalating." "Then we'll just have to kill you instead," said Missy. "Hey," I said, "that's illegal." They drew guns of their own and twirled them menacingly. "Time for me to solve this case," I said. I won't let you kill him.
You know something? This town just isn't big enough for the two of us.
"Well done," said Poe. "I've been trying to get those two out of the picture for so long, and finally you've done it." "Wait," I said. "What do you mean?" "I mean I used you." "No. Now I'll get both of their inheritances, and No!
De todo el amor que juraba, jamás hubo nada. Yo fui simplemente otra más que lo amaba. Mentiras, todo era mentira. Los besos, las rosas, las falsas caricias que me estremecían.
Poe blinked slowly. He staggered. "And I," he said, "can finally return all the money they stole from the poor." I looked at my gun. I looked at my hands. It was me. In the case of who killed Poe Callender, I killed Poe Callender. He had orchestrated everything from the beginning in order to stop his wife and sister from robbing poor people, and I killed him for it. Oh, I'm sorry. I was given a day's suspension with pay as punishment for the brutal murder of Polly, Missy, and Poe Callender. Obviously, the punishment seemed a bit excessive. With my well-deserved free time, I went to the local whistle wetter to wet my whistle and see if there were any crimes to be solved. While I sat and sucked at my drink, who should walk in but Missy Callender? "Miss Callender," I said, "I'm glad you could make it." "What happened?" she said. "How am I here, and more importantly, alive?" "It's simple," I said. "From the moment you walked into my office, I could tell you were up to no good. Nobody cares that much about whether their husband is dead or not. You had an ulterior motive. Then when I talked to Polly in the next episode, I could tell that she was lying too. Nobody cares that much about their brother being killed by his wife. She also had an ulterior motive. This left only one missing piece: fishhook. A fishhook is used when fishing, and when do people go fishing? On a day specified on their calendar. What rhymes with calendar? Poe calendar. Fishhook had Poe calendar written all over it. So I knew the man in the mask was Poe, since he was the one carrying the fishhook clue, and I knew Poe was also up to no good. That's why when it came time for Poe to tell me to kill you and Polly, I already had my gun loaded with powerful tranquilizer darts. That's what you were shot with, but Poe? For him I used a real bullet. That was my one mistake. I suspected he was the true criminal in the case. It didn't occur to me that he orchestrated all this in order to bring the two of you to justice. If only it had, he might be the one standing here now. It's funny. He managed to predict everything. Every action each of us would take, and yet he didn't foresee that I would kill him. If he had only anticipated that, then no private investigator in the world could compete with him, not even me. He would be an unstoppable mastermind, no doubt with a grand plan to overthrow every bit of corruption in this world and make sure that no poor soul goes hungry or sleeps without a roof over their head. But alas, he's dead now, and by my hand. I loved him, Missy, more than you ever did. What we had, those few minutes we spent together, they were something special. What will you do now, she said. Me, I said. I'm a private investigator who's pushing 25. I'll probably quit the private eye business and go back to the deli section at Grocery Mart. Wow, that's so interesting. Tell me more, she said, and left. As for me, I finished off my drink, paid my bill, and stood up. I felt the cool night air brush against my face like a paintbrush. Maybe I'll go out and look for clues one last time.